Right, so in this video, I will be showing you how to do the incline dumbbell press. One of my favorite exercises, I think, when it comes to dumbbells, because, this exercise has a lot of room for improvement in terms of strength. What I mean by that is when you're playing around with dumbbells, you can always lift heavier dumbbells. Maybe that's an ego thing, but it sure is a lot of fun. And it's very good for developing a stable development of your chest. Like if you can always get strong on this exercise, your chest will grow. How you do it, I'll get into in a minute. So I'll give you a second first just to see me going through the movement, and then I will go into the details on the specifics on what makes this a really good exercise and what also allows you to do it properly without kind of wasting time on not growing your chest, because there's so many people that fail on this exercise by over activating their shoulders actually, or their front delt. So I'll get into how you can avoid that and how you can truly nail down this exercise and hit your chest perfectly so it will grow like fast ever. How you do it, as you see, is use your leg drive first to get the dumbbells comfortably up to your shoulder chest region. Then I want you to have your elbows at around a 45-degree angle. Do you see here? My elbows are not flaring out. That's the first thing. Do not flare your elbows out too much to the side. You want them to be at around 45 degrees angle. And that's also why I kind of rotate my dumbbells inwards. Do you see how my dumbbells are rotated slightly inwards and they align with my elbow positioning? So if we start off again, I use my quads where I have my dumbbells to force the way up to around where my elbows are again at 45 degrees angle. I then rotate my palms and dumbbells slightly inwards so that they align with my elbow positioning. So you can see now that the dumbbells are aligning more with my chest and not the shoulders itself. Because when people start, if you do not rotate your dumbbells inwards and you kind of do not keep your elbows at a 45-degree angle, most of the tension will actually go to your shoulders. And that's also where injuries happen. So very important tip there. The next tip really is when you are lifting the dumbbells, notice what I do with my upper back. I lift the dumbbells, and you see there, I dig my lats and my shoulder blades down onto the bench. Why I do that is I want to create an arch. If you do not understand what an arch is, I'll look at my barbell incline press video. It's basically me showing you how you should activate your lats in the movement. So if you notice that my upper back is really stable, it's not moving a lot. It's really dug into into the bench itself. The reason for that is, again, protecting my shoulders so that I can just use my chest for movement. So as you see here, I lift the dumbbells, I dig my lats and shoulder blades back and down onto the bench. And the only things that are touching the bench now is my upper back, basically my shoulder blades, and my butt. My lower back is really not touching the bench. The reason for that is I want to create an arch which allows me to focus purely on my chest. Because if you are lying purely flat on the bench, your shoulders are going to start rolling forward. So that's what the biggest tip I have for you here is: pull your shoulder blades back and down. Basically pull your shoulders as far away from the dumbbells, if that makes sense, so that you're only stretching and contracting and pushing with your chest. And by keeping your elbows tucked like this and lift or slowly lowering the weight in a controlled manner, you will feel it only in your chest. And that's where you can start the mind to muscle connection. And this is where things start getting good. Now you can focus on the chest. You can stretch fully at the bottom, slowly lower the weight, contract at the top. And when you do this for 8 to 12 repetitions, and all the tension will be in your chest, and oh man, it's going to start burning at this point. And yeah, the very last tip is if you want to start getting strong on this exercise, I would use my legs a little bit in the movement. How you do that is, I'm not doing it in this video here because this is kind of a warm-up set of mine, but how you would start to lift heavier weight or heavier dumbbells is use the leg drive in the movement. So what you do is you place your feet positioning closer to the bench. So you can see that my legs are kind of loose. The fix is taking them even closer to the bench so you can create even more of an arch, and then you can lift more heavily and kind of use the leg drive itself to force the weight up. So the quick fix there is kind of placing my feet positioning even closer to the bench. That is the tip. Again, the incline barbell press tutorial video explains that very well. But the most important part of the dumbbells is really the free movement that you have, which you don't have with the barbell. So that's why I want you to focus on your elbow positioning and your dumbbell rotation. And then from there, the arch itself, which you engage by activating your lats and digging your shoulder blades down onto the bench and not lying on the bench flat. And that, my friends, is how you do the dumbbell incline press.